What's up, loungers? How you doing? Me? Yeah. Anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about today isn't something that really could be asked, like, dressing up for and making a proper video for. It's important, but it's not something I want to dwell on for too long. So I thought I'd also use this as an opportunity to show off some of my artwork. Considering that this video is about art and art theft and just how fucking lazy and pathetic art theft is, really. So, as somebody who spent my entire life drawing, since being a little kid and then getting really into it when I was in year 7, discovering anime properly and just getting massively into drawing manga and anime. I was a fucking weeb, but yeah, I spent my life obsessing over artwork, arguing with my teachers that anime and comics were real artwork, and real forms of art. Eventually having a teacher in year 11 who agreed with me and actually lent me Sin City, and the first volume of Sin City to read. I was 16 at the time, so that's fine. Yeah, he knew I'd enjoy reading it. It was really fucking good, and showed me a whole new style of comic art and Western art that I'd never imagined before. Frank Miller's art style. And then I went on at college to do film and video, where I spent most of my time just focusing on animation, as well as graphic design, where I spent all my time focusing on drawing. And then university, where I did animation, and ever since dropping out of university I've continued drawing and continued painting and making works of art, just mostly for myself. Lots of, I guess, what people would call like vent art and stuff, just to get my emotions and feelings out. And so yeah, it's something I care about. And as somebody, like, with animation, I've always really loved rotoscoping, which is effectively tracing. You know, you're filming something or taking some film footage and then you're tracing every single frame of it, but doing it in a stylistic manner, doing it with some kind of, style or flair that makes it very different to how any sort of modern day filter should be able to do it. And yeah, making some badass cool animations out of that. And for a long time I struggled with even seeing rotoscoping as a legitimate animation form, an art form, for some reason, because I was a fucking judgmental idiot, thanks to the lessons I myself had been taught by my teachers. So that's not art theft. So what is art theft? If that's tracing and that's not an issue, why is sometimes tracing an issue? Well, to be honest, if somebody wants to trace a drawing and upload that drawing to their Instagram or their Twitter or their private page somewhere, I think that's fine, to be honest. If they admit that it's traced, or sometimes even if they don't admit it's traced, it's a way for young artists to grow and develop and learn and improve their skills. I really, mimicry and imitations and plagiarism, the highest forms of compliment, effectively. But, and this is a very big but, it is wrong for an adult, with an adult brain and a sense of morals, to trace somebody's artwork and claim it as their own. That kind of is wrong. I don't care about kids doing it, but for an adult to do that is pretty damn wrong. And then for an adult to trace somebody's artwork, give no fucking credit, and upload said artwork as an advertisement and a tiered Patreon reward for their private Patreon, and sell that artwork effectively at that point as a product, provide downloadable phone wallpapers of it and things like that. At that point you're really crossing a fucking, not just a grey line, you're crossing the red line, into actually breaking the law. You're stealing somebody's artwork, claiming it as your own, and also making a profit from it, so reselling it and claiming it as your own. That's pretty fucking disgusting. Like, really fucking disgusting. I don't give a shit. Like, some teens may do that, and at some point somebody will call them out for it, tell them that's disgusting and they should fucking stop. But an adult doing that, an adult stealing somebody's artwork, drawing over it and claiming it as their own, and then putting it on their Patreon and selling downloadable versions of it, that is completely beyond the pale. And so, yeah, I'm not going to name the person we're talking about, but this is their artwork that is in question, and this is what it's traced from. Side by side. Pretty fucking hilarious when you see it like that, eh? Yeah, there's no question. You can't, like, that's not a matter of questioning. You know, it's not like, oh, was this inspired? No, it's visibly, completely line for line traced in a digital app like Photoshop or GIMP. Paint Pro, I don't know, Coral Paint, some drawing app. And as with all bad artists who don't know how to draw and trace people's artwork, rather than, you know, if you were to look at those poses and use those poses as inspiration and try to copy them and, you know, lay it out, panel it differently, that could be fine. That would actually, you know, be fine. Just to copy it exactly, just to trace over it and draw on your own fucking hair and colour it in a bit, colour it in so badly. What is with the weird, like, what is this? Like, is she a ghost? Is this dress a cloud? A fuck knows what's going on here. Before I go any further, thank you so much to the user on Reddit who found this. Brilliant work, brilliant job there finding this. But yeah, it's when a bad artist is tracing something with no fucking idea how anatomy works, and so you end up with this awful bit over here where, like, it effectively looks like this character now has breasts, because they saw the rib cage and thought that the rib cage was pecs, and so they've like drawn this massive, really elongated boob-like pecs. It's very strange looking. There's a shoulder here angled completely the wrong way to how it's meant to be angled. She's completely failed to, the artist tracing over this has failed to understand the positioning and anatomy of this body here again. It's really fucking cringe. Honestly, you'd think like a 14-year-old did this, not like 24, 25-year-old fucking adult. Oh my god, like, an adult did this. You know, not a teen, not a kid, not a 20-year-old, you know, a person who's well into their 20s. Oh man, just scummy and pathetic. Sadly, the original artist behind the like paneling, like, this is what this artist does. Like, she's also a comic, she appears to be writing a comic book or something, but her social medias have gone very dark as of November last year, so for the last 5 or 6 months, she doesn't seem to have been very active, and then again, not much for the year before that, and the actual comic strip that's been traced here is like 4 years old, but this was like what her job was for a bit. Like, she produced hundreds of these panels, and very clearly in her rules and terms, you can see, like, if you're going to use this, she's fine with that. She's fine with you tracing it and all that stuff. Just give her some fucking credit. Or you can even pay her. You can give her money, and then she'll, like, do a really good version for you. But that's not what's happened here, because her artwork, it's not shown with these pictures here, is far, far above what is going on in this comic strip. Oh my god. So yeah, art theft from an artist who appears to no longer be active online, so they know they can get away with it. This is something that you could actually be sued for, and Patreon should kick this user off of their platform for. Art theft is not okay, and really against their fucking terms of service. Oh. Yeah, it just pisses me off, really. Just learn how to draw, basically. It takes a while. Nobody's good at it at the start. Trust me. Everyone starts off as shit, but just experiment, mix media, push yourself out of your comfort area. I've actually got a video on my channel about some like basic advice, beginners, like not even like just advice for artists at any level, be they beginner, intermediate, advanced. Just like some advice and basic art advice that I personally live by. Some so try and remember to link to that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this, guys. Links to everything in the description. All that jazz. I'm 30 now. I am old. Grim. Yeah. Peace.